All right. Welcome everyone to another Cube Draft here at twitch.tv/McGriff. This is draft number 1 of the MenguCube, which is basically a vintage cube for all intents and purposes. It's got a couple of different archetype supports and some slight tweaks, but like really this is just more vintage cube, so like I'm in. Yeah, like cards like Karizev and True Name Nemesis, I don't believe are in the vintage or in the Mengu or in the regular vintage cube. Yeah, honestly, it's funny, right? I'm looking at like Primeval Titan and Craterhoof, but like I really also don't want to draft green. I'm probably gonna take Mind Twist, but there's definitely an option to take Sneak Attack here. Y'all know I love me a Sneak Attack deck, so that shouldn't be like a huge shock to anybody. I'd be surprised if Pete didn't show up here at some point. This was partially by request of Pete's. I'm gonna take Sneak Attack. I always fall into the Sneak Attack trap, and like honestly, I'll probably keep doing it because I really love playing that deck, or like that deck. Like that deck is just fun to me. Release of the Gremlins, huh? That's an interesting one. This one actually has signets in it, or at least talismans, which is also kind of interesting. This pack isn't very obvious. None of it is like terribly exciting. I'm trying to think of what I would have taken if I'd taken like the Mind Twist, and it's probably just like the talisman. It might still just be the talisman. Like ramp is just good. Yeah, I don't hate taking the talisman here. Okay, yeah, so we're starting to see some of the differences here. Loros and Once Upon a Time, I do not believe are cards that are in the regular vintage cube, certainly. We're kind of eating garbage on our plans to be Sneak Attack here so far. I might just take this Ashiok. It's not bad with the talisman. Talisman does fix for one of the two colors, and it ramps to it. The funny thing is, this is actually supposed to be one of the cubes where you can more or less always draft blue, because blue is over-supported in this cube by design. Like, the ratios of color are skewed towards blue, so it can support multiple blue drafters, but this pack is not showing me that. I'm going to take the Ashiok. We'll see what happens. Probably gonna just take Coalition Relic here. Card's great. Thought-Knot's here. That's new to this cube. Or like unique to this cube. But Relic is great in a control deck, which, other than this random Sneak Attack, is essentially what we have right now. So we're gonna grab that. Pathway. Geez, Essica is in this cube? That's interesting. Probably just going to take a Talisman again. Talismans are just good. Coalition Relic is in your Tron deck, or a different one? Or do you mean Essica? Probably not Essica. Essica and Tron don't really seem like a combo, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, we're taking the Talisman. Pretty easy here. Vorinclex is a thing. So is Whisperer. Vorinclex is like a wonky combo with the Coalition Relic and just like actually very good with Ashiok. Oh, it's here. Sure. So for me, this pick is between Vorinclex and Night's Whisper. I kind of like taking the Night's Whisper. Card advantage is great. Vorinclex is fine, but it's like very replaceable. It's just like a random big beater thing with like some nonsense synergies. This pack is a little harder. The fixing for us in this pack is really bad. Inferno Titan is like by a massive amount the best card in this pack. To be fair, Leshnorn is a very powerful card as well, but neither of those seem great. Yeah, no worries, Pete. See you in a minute. Chat box should actually be visible in this overlay. Let's change that. Let's get rid of the sub goal. Let's get rid of the donation goal. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Ooh, we gotta take Tundra here. Could still very much be Esper or something. But we have great fixing to be Sultai. Don't love Heartless Act or Mannequin. Yeah, sorry, that last pick was a goof pick. I don't even know what I'm thinking. Probably just a Savannah. So, like, I guess I'll be sad if the Savannah ends up being a card I would have wanted, but none of this seems great. I'm going to take a Tundra because it's at least a fetchable. Like, it's that or take, like, a Heartless Act here, but I think Tundra has more upside. Llanowar Waste? Go for the throat. I'll take a Llanowar Waste. And a Coast, I guess. Well, we got Pain Lands. I don't know how I feel about that, but we do. This thing is weird, man. Okay. Okay. Take a Vorinclex on the wheel. Also, last pick, Skyclave? That's disrespectful. Okay. Ooh, I love this Soul Herder is in this cube. That's very cool. Time Walk versus Jace. Yikes. It's probably going to have to be Time Walk, but, like, I don't know what the hell this deck is doing right now. Or how it's winning at all. It's funny, just earlier I was saying, like, this was basically just Vintage Cube, and it still is, but it's funny how used to a specific Vintage Cube you get, and how a few different cards can kind of mess up what you think is happening or not happening. I'm going to take the Time Walk here. It's going to be, like, pretty tough to convince me not to. Misty Rainforest seem pretty clear. It's in our prospective colors. Even fetches the Tundra, should that become relevant. Ooh. I love Mystic Confluence. This card is messed up. I'm glad it's back. They cut it from the Vintage Cube for a while because it was bugged and then just like never put it back. But I'm glad that it's in this cube because I think this card is really good. Llanowar Elves is strong as well. It really is. Like Doomfall, Pestermite, Cemetery Might Wheel, which would be cool. I could also see playing a Nicol Bolas. Reasonably. We have a Relic, and there's definitely options for like to pick up lands that tap for that. But yeah, we're gonna take the Mystic Confluence pretty easily here. Oh boy. Okay. Again, we've got some decent options for us. I'm going to get the Sneak Attack out of here. That's just looking like that's not even remotely a thing that's happening right now. There's an Ugin, which we can do like a very reasonable job of ramping to. And we have a Vorinclex. Are we just some sort of like weird like Sultai Planeswalkers thing? I mean, I say that we have 2 Planeswalkers, but like still? Ugin's powerful. Binding the Old Gods on the wheel. Maybe the Elves, but I don't love Elves anyway. Elves mean, yeah, we're taking the Ugin here, I think. I think Ugin is definitely the most interesting card out of that pack for us. Might take a Kiora's Follower here. Another kind of cute combo with Coalition Relic, because you can tap it to put a charge counter, untap it with Kiora's Follower, and then tap it again to put another charge counter, get 2 mana the following turn. There's Opposition Agent, which like could be a good Gotti, but like I don't really know how much I care about that. Palancron's more just for the infinite mana decks. Jilrael doesn't do much here. Cute with like Night's Whisper, I guess. It's not great. Cosmos is just like a good magic card, but like then we're just going to another color for no real reason. I'm just gonna hit the follower here. Be pretty okay with that. Control magic, huh? There's a talisman. And we have like all the talismans we could ever want, dang. There's a Teferi too, though. I might just take Teferi, actually. Teferi plus Vorinclex gives you a time stretch pretty dang quickly. If I didn't already have 2 mana rocks, I'd be a little bit more interested in this talisman, but we're a control deck, or at least we're trying to be a control deck, and we already have the Vorinclex and the Time Walk, which means like our Planeswalker, like Braimswalkers are kind of at a premium for us. So I like that. Yeah, I'm down to be like Sultai Walkers here. Ooh, Bio's great. Gonna grab that very easily. Prismatic Lens would have been totally fine. Honestly, like Signet would have been less fine, but still fine. Excuse me. I wouldn't even hate wheeling the Stomping Grounds here because of because we have that off chance of wheeling the Nicol Bolas, but we're also not going to force that. And like the Bayou is just on color fixing for us. All right, well, I mean, if we're going to be Sultai, like, may as well grab the best Sultai card. That seems fine to me. We already have a Tundra, so this isn't even that appealing. Gush is terrible. Sheldred is whatever, so this is all good. Blood Crypt here? It's not fetchable the way that Stomping Grounds is. But I'm not going to play Shaven Reef. I don't think I'm going to play Anticipate or Jataxian Probe. I don't like Bitter Blossom or Putrid Imp in this kind of deck, so I think I'm going to take a Blood Crypt for the side, and if we do get to pick up that Nicol Bolas, I forget what pack it might be in, but if we do get to pick it up, then that's not bad. Hey, Mr. Obvious, welcome on back in. We are drafting some MenguCube this evening, and we've sort of created some sort of like Sultai Walkers nonsense pile so far, which like I'm not upset about. This deck looks decent. I really have no idea what the like average power level of a deck is here, so I don't really know what to expect. I do like taking a Woodland Cemetery here. I'll take all the good fixing I can get. Doomfall's fine, but I think that fixing is better. Take a City of Brass on the off chance we end up wanting that, but I'm not expecting that we will. The Bolas didn't actually wheel, which is like a little interesting. I'm curious what deck actually wanted that. Maybe they just took it because it was splashy. Hey, Captain Patthew, how's it going, friend? Welcome on in, welcome on in. Every time I pick a green shot card. I'm not even a big green drafter. This is such slander. This is such slander from my chat. What is happening? I force blue when I shouldn't, way more than I force green when I shouldn't. I shot a soda. Ooh. Ooh, this card is messed up good. There's also a Karn Liberated, but I actually think that Tibalt is the better of the 2/7 mana Planeswalkers by a pretty wide margin, if I'm being honest. And I did happen to pick up this Blood Crypt that just so happens to let me cast the Tibalt. Plus, I've got the Coalition Relic. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Rootbound Crag on the wheel could even be a potential. I don't know what else I'd take. I mean, him is a great card, but my mana's looking a little sketchy for that. Either way, we're taking the Valky here very, very easily. Chain Lightning is meh. It's not terrible or anything, but it's meh. Grizzlebrand, not really. I might just take the Kodamas to fix my mana here. Kodamas actually looks really nice in this deck, just like in order to get my, like, I've got my double blue, double green, black, red cards. Like, I think we're doing a bunch of good stuff. Oh, sure, yeah, because we were casting lots of Chain Lightnings yesterday. Fair enough. Yeah, I do remember Mengu. I read the Mengu preview article, and it's funny too because I really haven't. Blue has not seemed that open this draft. So because like it's definitely like more supported than usual, but I still don't think that it can support like 8 people trying to draft it. So, and I actually think that that's like kind of what's happening. This is a very interesting pick. I'm actually going to take Marsh Flats out of this pack, and hear me out. The reason I'm doing this is because Marsh Flats becomes a blue, white, black, and red source for me. Not that I need white right now, obviously, but like it's still the other 3 colors because I have the Tundra in my sideboard. So it actually turns Marsh Flats into a blue-black land that also can fetch my red. So I actually think that's great. I love Thief of Sanity. Like, I'm actually very sad to pass it, and Painful Truth is actually a sick card for this this deck as well. I actually love that it's in this cube. That's a really, really fun card. But I think the Marsh Flash just makes my mana so much better than it would be otherwise. Similarly, I'm going to snap off the Talisman of Indulgence here. We're ramping. It's black and red fixing. There's also an Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb is really good. Yeah. I actually almost missed that because it's not the art I'm used to seeing. But, like, dang, that card's really good. It's an Ancient Tomb. Thief is, like, one of my favorite cards. Like, I don't know how much you've watched me draft path you, if at all, but holy crap, that card is so much fun to play. Just hitting somebody with a Thief, like, you just feel your opponent just, like, shrivel. You're just like, oh. It's just such a bad feeling, but conversely, such a good feeling. Like, it is one of those fun as zero-sum cards. I'm going to take the Talisman here. Ooh. What do I want here? Birds of Paradise may actually just be the pick here, but I need to think about that. We have 4 artifacts for Duretti, but Duretti's like doesn't need that much. Plus, he Duretti feeds himself too. We're never gonna minus. That sounds good, Mr. Obvious. I appreciate that. And enjoy watching the Bioshock playthroughs. I had a lot of fun doing that. Birds or Duretti? I think I'm gonna take the birds. I think birds is actually just really important. Ooh, wow! This is such a good pack. What do I even take here, chat? This is like everything I want for the rest of this draft. The Garrick is good as a Planeswalker. There's a Baleful Strix. There's a Watery Grave. There's a Mana Leak. Watery Grave turns Misty into a black fetch. I'm just going to take the Watery Grave. I want all of this pack. I'm actually so sad. Like, Mana Leak is sick. Damnation is sick. Man, do I have to take the Damnation? Maybe my mana is good enough. Misty... I'm going to take the Watery Grave. We're going to wheel something from that pack, honestly. Like, that pack was just very good. See, like, now we get the flip side, and, like, this pack is just trash. Like, I don't even want the... Oh, wait, no, I'm an idiot. I'm green. What am I talking about? This pack's not trash. I'm so bad. I was, like, looking for good blue and black cards. I'm like, I have green. My mana's very good, but it needs to be good. I'm essentially, like, 3 colors splashing a 4th, so I need my mana to be good. I might take the Coiling Oracle. I'm probably just going to take the Harmonize, though. I don't have a lot of draw power in this deck. I mean, I have some, but, like, more is better. Coiling Oracle is, like, fine, but not critical. And Harmonize just drawing 2 cards is kind of gas. Ooh, speaking of drawing cards. Ooh, Karakas? No, Karakas is bad in this deck. I mean, it's, like, fine, but, like, white is the one color I'm not. I don't have any real legendary creatures to speak of. Like, I have a couple, but it's not, like, super important or anything. I think the pick here is just Muldrifter. Yeah. And I'm essentially just going to grab it as a 2-drop with upside. I'm definitely not playing Necromancy. I will play the Rootbound Crag. Do I play the Hymn? Is my mana good enough to support a Hymn to Turok? That's really a question, isn't it? There's also a Phyrexian Revoker and a Rootbound Crag. But I don't think we need the Crag anymore. I think I can take the Hymn to Turok here. I won't be able to cast it every single time without fail, but I think I'll be able to cast it more often than I would think. I'm not playing anything out of here, so whatever. Just take a Grizzlebrand for fail. Ooh, love this card. This is just 3 mana draw 3, which is obscene. You do have to pay in life. Like, you do pay 3 life to get that effect, but it's a very, very premium effect. I also, like, weirdly think Trigon might be good in this deck. Yeah, I'm actually down to play a Trigon. I don't want to play Den Protector, but if my count is correct, I'm actually going to need to because I only have 21 playables right now. No, I won't. But I'm going to take it anyway because I'm not playing any of the other cards. This is the white land, right? Yeah. Yeah, so again, that one's like... Yeah, so we didn't actually wheel anything from that last pack, which is a bit of a shame. I thought we'd wheel something good, but I guess the pack was thin enough at that point that... Oh, I'll take a Quelling Oracle as the last pick. That's a great card for this deck. That was the card I almost took over Harmonize. Okay, so 32 cards, 9 of them are lands. So that means that I have exactly enough cards. This is just the deck. Shit, I could even play the City of Brass. Do I play City of Brass, chat? It's gonna kick me in the sensitive parts a little bit once in a while, but it does make my mana very smooth. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I'm already playing a Yav Coast and a Llanowar Wastes. I don't think I'm aggressive enough to want the City of Brass. I think that's going to hurt me too badly against aggro decks. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. What's our mana base going to look like? So the only awkward thing is Kodama's Reach won't be able to fetch red, because I'm definitely not putting a mountain in this deck. But I have Coalition Relic, Talisman of Indulgence, Blood Crypt, and Marsh Flats that are all red sources, so I think we're doing okay there. This is a strange mana base. All right, let's sort by color. I actually want to see this by color. All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green cards. And then 1 blue and then 1 red card, but that's fine. The red is just sort of free. This deck definitely like could get steamrolled by some stuff, but we could do some fun things here. We shall have to see. All right. I'm going to go with just the Moto suggested mana base because it looks pretty close to what I would do. How many black sources total is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 black sources. The 9 black sources cast a Hymn to Turak on turn 2 often enough. Or do I want like 1 extra black source? I feel like I might want 1 extra. I might snip a blue in favor of a black. I know that we have way more, well, 3 more blue cards than we do black cards, but it's close. It's really close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does this fetch a green? Does Marsh Flats fetch a green source? It does because I have Bayou, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 black, 9 green. How many blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. No, I think this is about as good as my mana is going to get in terms of repetition. And, like, it's not terrible. It's really not terrible. The double costs might bite me once in a while, but it should be okay on the balance. Okay. All right, so let's get that, so let's get that sorted out. And then I'm just going to grab my snipping tool real quick. Okay. All right, and I think with that we are good to go. All right. A Snook or Asnook, I don't know, one of those. All right, well, it's their decision to play or draw, so we'll wait and see what happens. I'm expecting them to draw. That's usually, or to play rather. That is almost always the correct choice. Oh yeah, love this. It's not very fast, so like if our opponent's playing Redburn, then we're probably dead, but it's a good hand. We're never mulliganing this. We've got our second blue via the Kodama's Reach as well, so we can essentially just cast everything we want. I'm gonna lead Bayou in case we draw the Hymn to Turak. Noble is not a bad draw for them, because we do not have a way of contesting that card right now, so that's a little unfortunate. Land, not really what I wanted to draw there, but when is it ever? My opponent's 0-1, huh? Well, hopefully we don't lose to the 0-1 deck. I do hate the matchmaking tool with a, like, fiery burning passion, but again, what are you going to do? Our opponent kept a 1-lander, which is, like, pretty spicy. So I will actually not cast Night's Whisper here. It occurs to me, yeah, if I cast Night's Whisper, I'm actually just going to have to discard a card, because I'd be overdrawing, and I don't really feel like casting draw a card, discard a card for 2 and lose 2 life, so we're just going to chill on that. It's, like, not the best use of mana, but it's less wasteful in terms of cards. Man, imagine that we'd had a removal spell for this Noble Hierarch. Like, my opponent would just be dead. Just straight up dead. Oh no, now we're dead. Okay. Okay, well, this is bad. Come on, deck. That's not good. It's not good at all. Butts. Alright, well, let's get the Trigon Predator out here. At least stops them from attacking me and, like, perhaps prevents them from playing, I don't know, Birthing Pod, like Sylvan Library, something like that. But my opponent now actually just has 100 mana, so we're just, like, and we can't interact with anything they're doing because we've just been drawing lands this entire game. So, you know, that's how my day is going. I mean, at least they only have 2. But, like, hot damn, my opponent actually, on 2 lands, still has, like, 3 times the amount of mana I do. Oh, this is a 4-4 because of Exalted? That's hilarious. And by hilarious, I mean I'm sad. We're just, like, I think we're just dead. I just, like, actually don't think I can come back from this. Like, nothing in our deck recovers us from this. At all. Alright, yeah, we're done here. Nice draw, deck. Nice draw. Cool. Well, Nissa off of the 1-land keep, 2 lands at the time of concession, it's still just unbelievably dead by every metric you would use to determine that. Yeah, I didn't draft any removal, and that may bite me in the butt. Like, I really just, like, don't actually have a way to remove permanents, and, like, that's a nightmare against this deck. Just, like, an absolute nightmare against this deck. Yeah, I mean, like, I basically just need to turbo ramp to an Ugin and just, like, mop the board up. That's my game plan. I would like to play first. I do have a Beast Within, I forgot about that. But even that's, like, awkward removal, because it's, like, helping them kill me. Man, I don't want to keep this hand. This is so slow. I have, like, 8 2-drops in this deck. 8 2-drops. And I haven't drawn a single one of them this whole draft. Wow. Nope, going to 5. Yeah, this is better than either of the first 2 hands. Keep this, ship a Tundra, ship a Blood Crypt. Call it a day. This honestly isn't terrible. This is turn 1 Birds, turn 2 Coalition Relic, turn 3 Hardcast Muldrifter as the board stands. That's not bad. It's really not bad for a multi-5. We'll see if my opponent can do better. Oh, they've got the turn 1 Mana Dork again. Wonder how many of them they have. Yep. Just gonna do this for the yield value. Let's see what happens. God. How did my opponent lose their first match? Their deck is so stupid. Like, I mean, I guess the idea is if you don't, like, you can ramp all you want. If you don't draw out of it, then it won't do anything for you. But, like, dang, dude. I am, like, genuinely struggling to see how they failed to get there on that one. I mean, Harmonize is alright. Harmonize is alright, but if they have, like, anything to ramp to, we're just in, like, very bad shape. Like, this is just, like, if this is, like, a Nissa or something, like, that's horrible. Let's find out. Well, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they just draw the exact same nut curve as last game? There is no justice in this world sometimes. Alright, Vorinclex. Manifesting Vorinclex to the top of my deck. Sure. That ain't Vorinclex. Chat. Chat, what's going on? Help. I have fallen and I can't get up. Ay, 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 ay. Beast Within? Not even close. Hey. Well, been nice knowing you, chat. Been nice knowing you. Well, we're dying to something here. Don't know what, but it's not going to be pretty. And my opponent has 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12 mana. Sorry, make that 3 more. They have 50 mana. They could cast an Emrakul this turn. My opponent could cast an Emrakul off of 3 forests this turn if they wanted to. Oh, or that. Or that. Okay, I guess. You got me. Okay. Well, that was quick. On to the next. Alright, I would like to play first. Show me the money. Yeah, this hand is actually really nice. Guaranteed turn 2 Coiling Oracle. Night's Whisper to gas back up. Work myself. If I'm lucky enough and I can hit the if I can hit a land off of the Coiling Oracle, and actually, does it need to be? It would need to be a blue land, actually, because I'm already holding the blue land that Marsh Flats can fetch awkwardly. Oh my god. Why? Why are we playing aggro matchups? Why are we playing aggro? Like, where are the blue decks? Where are the blue decks? I was promised. Okay, well, that's not bad, I guess. Alright. I'll take a land in play, but I will accept draw a card. Nice. That's actually, like, really good. That actually means I can use Marsh Flats to go find the Blood Crypt now, too, which is pretty sweet for Valky purposes. Yikers, though. My opponent is on that aggro life, which is not going to work out great for me, I suspect. So they have a 2/2. Do I just throw it under the bus to block? No, I probably want to use it to defend a Planeswalker if I can afford to. It's not bad. So let's play a Tundra. Let's crack this and get a Bayou. Play Teferi. Let's discard and draw a card. Trigon is actually not bad here. Do I get rid of Night's Whisper against the mono red deck? I might need. I really don't want to discard lands because I really do want to build up to my 7 mana Planeswalker because that card is just very, very good. But there's also a chance that I may not get the chance to do that. I may just have to play the Valky as a blocker, which wouldn't be great, but I don't really want to do that. I think I get rid of the land, and I think we're just committing to going like Trigon plus Night's Whisper next turn, and just like that's okay. Let's see where these attacks go first. I'll be curious to see if the that's not what I wanted. I thought that was my water bottle. I just grabbed the entire bottle of sake by accident instead. Okay. Searing Spear targeting. Okay, sure. That's a really aggressive use of Searing Spear, first of all. Are they going to attack the Teferi with... Oh, wow, with both, huh? Okay, so I'll just +1, go to 1. Yep, let's get rid of the Yav Coast. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder about the deck that I've constructed here. Probably gonna have to ditch one of these two cards. It's probably gonna be the Painful Truths, just because it doesn't fit as well on my curve. Yeah, let's get rid of Painful Truths. Taking 3 against this deck is probably a bridge too far. We have to do that. And I will Night's Whisper. Go to 15. Okay. We'll likely end up discarding Forest to the Teferi here. Once again, I'll be curious to see if they actually attack the Teferi with both, or if they choose to just go after me. Because, like, so far, my opponent Searing Speared a creature and then attacked my Teferi for 4. Like, I've essentially... Like, Teferi has essentially gained me 7 life. Which is pretty dang good, considering it's also looted me 3 cards deeper into my deck. Sure, leveling up that up to a 4 is fine. This is -3 to do this. Okay, so I can't do anything about that. So let's see what they do here. Teferi, Teferi. So they're actually just willing to throw the Zergo under the bus to clear the Teferi? Jeez, that's a lot of respect for Teferi. Whether or not the Teferi deserves that respect is unclear, but here we are. Okay, that's... Okay, well then let's get rid of the Marsh Flats, because I was going to use the Marsh Flats to fetch the Blood Crypt, but now we've just drawn the Blood Crypt, so the Marsh Flats is a lot less important to me. Alright, yeah, so Teferi down. But still, Teferi has now gained me 11 life, cost them a creature, and drawn me 4 cards deeper into my deck. So, on the balance, I would say that was a good investment of 4 mana. Destroy target creature, loot 4 times, destroy target creature, draw 4 cards, discard 4 cards, gain 11 life for 4 at sorcery speed. I'd probably play that card. Bit of a color pie break in mono blue, but you know. Okay, okay. So here we go. Kira's Follower into Talisman. We'll play the Blood Crypt tapped. And then go to combat, blow up the Skull Clamp. Yes, please get rid of the Skull Clamp. So my opponent's essentially going to have a Figure of Destiny plus whatever they manage to manifest this turn against my Kiora's Follower, Trigon Predator, and Tybalt Cosmic Imposter. See how it goes. Like, there are some bad things that could happen to me here. Like, absolutely bad things could happen to me here. But I weirdly like my position against this deck. Yeah, this is okay. This isn't, like, amazing or anything, but this is honestly not bad. So we're going to go to 11 here. I guess functionally we're going to 9. Wait. Okay, well, I hope they have a way of destroying the Trigon, because I just realized the Trigon just eats that. So, like, that's essentially 3 mana sorcery deal 2, or something. We're shortcutting a lot of these cards, but yeah, okay, so they just don't have removal for that. At least not that they care to. Sure. Okay, let's go to combat first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go to combat first, and I'm only gonna attack with the Trigon Predator because there's an possibility that the Valky ends up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, no, I'm going to attack with both here because what I'm going to do with the Valky is literally just eat the Figure of Destiny and then cast the Figure of Destiny. And I can actually, like, kind of level it up between my random white source and black source a couple of times, which is very funny. My 2 splash colors get to level it up or something like that. Alright. So we're going to cast Tybalt Cosmic Imposter. We're going to leave a white mana open so that I can cast that. So again, if they have a burn spell, like, so be it for the Tybalt. Oh, I guess recasting it didn't matter. Leveling it up is going to matter, but the casting part didn't matter. But again, if they had a bolt, they would have spent it on the Trigon to not lose the Sulfuric Vortex, I imagine. Like, what does the mono red do from here? There's, like, some things that could get me. There's some things that could get me here for sure, but, like, this is not a bad position to be in. All things considered. Sure. Wow, my opponent's deck is really, really soft to Trigon Predator. Like, hilariously soft to Trigon Predator. Okay, well, let's roll up Tybalt. See what we hit. Stormbreath Dragon. Okay. Alright, play land. Cast Stormbreath Dragon. I'm pretty sure I get to cast this with, like, whatever color mana I want. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. This all seems very silly. Man, Tybalt is so cool. I freaking love this card. The obscene amount of card advantage that this card generates is so gross. Yeah, let's pump this once. Alright, just eat the sword too. Like, I am shocked that my opponent is just running these cards out into an active Trigon Predator without even attempting to like get like any amount of value out of it first. Deal. Okay, I accept. All right, opponent, I'm at 9, you're at 6, you got 2 mana. What's it gonna be? Gonna be tough. White cards. Would not have expected that. Would not have expected that at all. And yet here we are. Okay. Man. I can almost just kill my opponent with a monstrous trigger. That's very amusing. Uh-huh. Okay, so we're gonna go red, untap, red, monstrous. Opponent goes to 2. Hey. That was just game 1, too. That was fun. That was silly. That was a very silly game. or match. I stand corrected. That was a silly match. My opponent had enough. Had enough of that. Okay. Well, so far these games have been pretty lopsided in favor of one or the other player. But I will admit that I am happier to be on the side of the person doing the dumb things. Surprisingly enough. All right, 1-1. Let's see if we can get a 2-1 out of that. All right, so lost the die roll. Opponent will presumably be on the play. This is a very reasonable hand. Definitely not upset about it. Probably going to get a Watery Grave with this Misty Rainforest. Do not Thoughtseize me. Dear Lord. Let's go Misty Rainforest and then pass. Okay, looking like we're playing a probably pseudo mirror. So let's grab that Watery Grave, put it into play tapped. Go Swamp, Talisman. And then next turn, play a land, play a... I don't think I can play Relic into Leovold, right? I think that the mana just doesn't work out that way. 4 mana, tap 3, have 2 mana. Yeah, I'll be 1 short. I can go Relic into Whisper, though, which is appealing. Ooh, yeah, we're playing a full-on mirror. Right down to the Painful Truths. My opponent overdrawing here, though, which is interesting. Never mind, new plan. My opponent needs an answer to this card or they're just going to die. Yes. Yes. I accept. Alright. Ashiaku. Oh, I see what's happening here. Are they a Reanimator deck? That's very spicy if they are. Interestingly enough, Ugin does beat Iona. Wait, that's actually not even really true, though. Yeah, if this is a reanimate, we might just die. Duretti. Okay, not what I expected. Yeah, we're almost playing a complete mirror. I mean, obviously the Duretti's different, but like their mana, they're essentially playing the same more or less color combination that we are. Like they're doing the same kinds of things. Channel. Okay. Channel and a Shivan Reef. What on earth is happening at my opponent's house? Okay, well, let's keep rolling up on them for now. What were you? I didn't check what we exiled. DT Oath of Druids gifts Ungiven. Oh, so they've got a gifts package. They've got gifts and Unburial Rights. So we got to watch out for Unburial Rights, though they don't have white mana for that yet, and we have exiled 2 of their white sources so far. So maybe that just doesn't work anymore. Who knows? Like, how many white sources could my opponent possibly be running? My opponent doing some spicy things, though. Absolutely doing some spicy things over there. So I can do a couple of things here. My opponent has a lot of cards in hand. Do I go Coalition Relic into Leovold, or do I go Leovold him to Turok? There's a decent... Maybe I don't bother with the Leovold this turn. Maybe I should just go Coalition Relic him to Turok. Yeah, I actually like that. I actually think I like that. You know what? Let's go him to Turok first. Because that's the card I wouldn't... If they have like a force type effect, I wouldn't hate it. Jeez, Scarab God and Primetime. I mean, my opponent came to play. Those cards are no joke. And then we'll just have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Land gives me Ugin next turn. Don't hate that. Faithless Looting now. Interesting, interesting. Battlefield Forge in a forest. Reanimation spell, I have to assume, is forthcoming. Readying, looking for a reanimation. They're digging deep to find a reanimation spell, I will say that. I still don't know that I have an answer to this Iona if it resolves. Because if they name black... I guess Mystic Confluence is my best answer to Iona. Because I can just bounce it, assuming they don't name blue. They're probably not going to, though. Ooh, Valky would be an answer to it, actually, in the form of Tybalt as well. Tybalt would answer it, and Confluence would answer it. So I have answers in 2 different colors, which is important. Because there's no one color they can name that just shuts me out of outs completely. And that is relevant. My opponent also notably down to 16 cards in library between the 6 exiled and the fact that they've been looting a ton. Liliana, okay. Discarding cards? I'm pretty okay with that. Oh, just not actually activating her. Fascinating. Ooh, we did draw a land. We did draw a land. Oh, I guess we just bolt the Liliana here? That's kind of sicko. That's kind of sicko. Let's just do that. Play a land. Cast the... let's activate this just in case they have Lord knows what in response. What did we get? We haven't hit a creature yet, no, but we did hit a reanimate and a fraction. And jeez, my opponent's deck is spicy. Well, we did hit a reanimate, which is actually like a big game. Because that was one of the cards that could have boned us pretty badly. Just gonna bolt the Lily here. Through the breach. And they have a freaking Ulamog? Has Annihilator 4? Okay. So we'll sack and shuffle the deck back. What's being attacked? Oh, just me? They're literally just attacking me? That can't be right. So they want me to sack 4 permanents here? And it's attacking me, right? So I'll go to 9. So I'm just going to sack 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay. Wait. What? Okay, come on now, chat. Someone needs to help me out with this. Where was it saying that the Ashiok was being attacked? Where did it say that? Like, I moused over this Ulamog like 100 times, and it didn't highlight either Planeswalker. I swear if I lose to that, I'm going to lose my damn mind, because that's ridiculous. That should not have happened. Alright, my opponent has 1 card in hand. We're going to go X equals -4, get rid of the Duretti. And then cast a Leovold. And, like, the funny thing is, I still think we're doing okay here on the balance, but, like, come on with that. Freaking Lord. Alright, blue, black, green, play a Leovold. Somebody has a clip of that. It might be too late to clip it by now because it was like a couple minutes ago, but if somebody has a clip of that, I would really be interested in seeing what that was about because, I don't know, man, that rubs me all kinds of the wrong way. Wow, we still won that game somehow. which I guess makes that okay in in the balance. But I'm still very upset that there was nothing indicating what was being attacked by the Ulamog. That's very, very badly indicated. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Necromancy in because if they're playing Reanimator, then Necromancy's a really good juke for that. I don't think I want anything else though. What do we not want against the Reanimator deck, or what do we like? What doesn't work very well? Oh, Beast Within was another out. Yeah, we actually had multiple outs to Iona, so maybe it wasn't that bad. I mean, probably would have sucked because we still would have to draw it. But we have at least, 3 cards that answer Iona on the spot. Although one of them does cost 7 mana, to be fair. So that's not great. Is Hymn to Torak bad against Reanimator? Like, it feels like it could actually be a bit of a liability. Especially because they have a gifts package. Like, if I hit Unburial Rites, then that's just, like, kind of good for them. Yeah, I'm actually okay taking out Hymn to Torak here and bringing in the Necromancy instead. That seems reasonable. I think everything else is fine the way it is. Cool. Let's run it back. What a wild game that was, though. What a very, very wild game that was. When your Ulamog with haste is not good enough. Should have had an extra land there, though, because obviously if I'd known they were attacking... The reason I was mad is because if I'd known they were attacking the Ashiok, I would have just sacked the Ashiok to the Annihilator trigger, right? Like, that's part of the nice thing about, like, Annihilator creatures attacking Planeswalkers is you do get to pitch the Planeswalker that is presumably dying to the trigger, which means you're essentially only annihilating... Or you're annihilating one less. Which can often still be good enough to, like, have you be dead, but still... If that game had come down to me not having a land, I would have been pretty mad. Pretty mad indeed. My opponent doing some reorganization, it looks like. They're certainly pretty deep in the tank. That or they just went to the bathroom or something, which is also very fair and reasonable. How's it going, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Monday evening? Hope we're all enjoying the stream. Hope we're all having a good time. Talk to me. What's good in the life of chat today, or generally? Doesn't have to be specifically today. Okay, so what are cards that I have to worry about? They have a ton of looting effects. They have the gifts package. Yeah, so really I just have to worry about them assembling the sort of like the 1, 2, 3 of like discard a card, like discard a big card, and then reanimate it. They need the discard outlet, the actual card to reanimate, and the reanimation spell. So like it's not the easiest thing in the world to assemble, but there's certainly going to be draws that we that get them there. All right, they're back seemingly. Sand is not good though. Double blue, and I have 0 blue cards in hand. I mean, technically I have 1, but no green card to cast it, or no green land to cast it. So let's mulligan that. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. It's not amazing or anything, but it's got ramp, it's got a time walk, it's got interaction. What am I sending back? Probably the forest? No, the swamp. Yeah, that's fine. That works. Swamp works. Let's run the draw. Best draw would be like a Birds of Paradise, I guess. Did they keep a 6-card hand or a 7? They did keep a 7, but they kept the 7 with a tap land on turn 1. I mean, that's probably fine. Not my favorite thing to find on the draw. So I'm going to play a Bayou here again on the off chance that we draw. Oh, no, never mind. I'm dumb. I just remembered we cut the Hymn to Torak. The reason I played Bayou there was so that we could play a turn to a Hymn to Torak if we drew it. Alas, obviously, that will not be an option because we don't have one, but, you know. Don't hate that. Don't hate that. Well, what do I want to do here? Like a time walk, but it really wouldn't be for any value. Yeah, so let's instead just cast a Talisman. So that next turn we can just cast a Harmonize on 3. And kind of go from there. So we got the white line this time. Yeah, their mana is even wilder than mine is. A little posture adjusting while we wait. Anybody home opponent? They are deliberating deep in the tank. Okay. So again, they're drawing up to 8, possibly with the mind, with the aim of discarding a large creature. Yeah, overdrawing when you're playing Reanimator isn't that bad. No, they didn't do that, which is actually quite interesting. So in that case, what do I want to do here? I really am not super interested in playing this Time Walk until such a time as I can actually like use it. Like Time Walk right now is just a bad Explorer. Well, not a bad Explorer, just an Explorer. Which is just not great inherently, so I think I would rather just draw 3 back up to 7. And then what I can do is, yeah, I can set up a turn. Next turn I'm probably just gonna play like Watery Grave and pass with Mystic Confluence up, but then the following turn what I can do, whether or not I had to use it, was go to Fairy into Time Walk. Interesting. They just didn't do anything there. Very interesting. Huh. Yeah, so we're just going to pass right on back. So they played a land and pass. We're just going to pass right on back, holding up the Mystic Confluence. I guess I can't actually Teferi and Time Walk in the same turn because I am cramped on blue mana. So we'll see if that matters. But I'm definitely just going to do this and pass right now. This is almost, whatever this is almost certainly just going to get countered. Yeah, Scarab God. Does Scarab God get countered? I suppose it does. I'm still pretty far from Valky. Which is why I'm not going. Yeah, let's just counter it and then draw 2 cards. Counter, let's pay 3 and then draw 2. And that's why this card is great, because it's just such a card advantage machine. Like this, this is just like a 3-for-1, right? Like I just got to. Oh, that's not bad either. Oh wow, and we drew the blue land. That's amazing. So now this is ridiculous. Okay, so now I get to go, now I get to go to Fairy, roll up, discard, Forest, sure, Time Walk, to Fairy, hello? Was my opponent conceding? That'd be kind of cool. We're going to roll up the Teferi and then cast Tybalt. Roll that up. And then kind of just see what happens from there. The following turn we could potentially even Ugin if we hit a land. So here I'm going to get rid of... Here I'm just going to get rid of Kodama's Reach, I think. I just don't really think we need that anymore. And I do want to make my land drops. Cast Tybalt. Got the Kozilek out of my opponent. Wait, Painful Truce, did they? Wait, what? Excuse me? Huh? They have 2 painful... That has to be a bug in the cube, right? Like, there's no way there's just 2 painful truths in this cube. Is that a known thing? Like, it's not the dumbest thing to have 2 of, but, like, in terms of, like, oh my god, I can't believe they have 2. Like, if it was, like, 2 Okos, I'd be much more pissed. But, like... Huh? Alright, let's roll up. Discard an island. Play a land. Exile the top 2 cards. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. Chad, I'm dumb. Chad, I'm extremely stupid. Chad, I'm very dumb. It's each player. That's mine. Mine's the one in exile. Mine's the one in exile. We're fine. We're fine. I'm just stupid. It's their Kozilek and my painful truths. Never mind. Everyone take your tinfoil hats off. False alarm. What do we find? Good lord. My opponent's deck is spicy. Okay. I did play my land this turn. Yeah, so let's pitch a land then. Yeah, because I have a land to play next turn too, because I can play the Misty. So what do we do here, chat? I think I like doing... actually, hang on. I like doing this into... this. Do 3. Yeah, I didn't want to just jam Ugin into very potential counter magic. This way I can hold up Beast Within and put a charge counter on the Relic, which might actually just let me cast like the Kozilek next turn, which would be kind of sick. Yeah, confusing thing that happen when you don't draft with the people from your draft pod is that sometimes that happens, you get very confused. Now, it probably took me a little longer than it should have to figure that out, but whatever. I haven't actually played with Tip all that much. So. Alright, let's let that resolve. This could be a shallow grave, potentially, but if it is, then that's okay. It is not a shallow grave. I mean, I guess it could still be a shallow grave and they just get, like, the Scarab God, but it's, like, not great. Somehow no plains or mountains. You love to see it. Fractured Identity, huh? No. No, I don't think so. So we're actually going to Beast Within our own... actually, hang on. I definitely don't get to, like, phase this, right? Yeah, target creature you don't control. Let's draw a card in response, just in case. That's kind of sick. Okay, we're going to get rid of Trigon Predator. And then I'm going to Beast Within my own Tybalt here so they don't get a Tybalt. Hello? Can I have priority, please? Because, yeah, I'd rather use my Beast Within and get myself a 3/3, start killing them with it, than let them have Tybalt, because that obviously sounds awful. And this is precisely why I didn't just, like, tap out for an Ugin. I mean, partially was because also counter magic, but I felt like keeping up a Beast Within against the Reanimator deck, even though it wound up being for very different reasons, I felt like keeping up Beast Within would pay off. And I was right. That being said, my opponent is, at the moment, refusing to pass priority. and I don't really know why. Opponent, please. Do you think they, like, didn't realize that they had priority again? Like, did they go AFK again while they had priority? Thank you. So let's blow that up. 1, 2, 3. So essentially, they Beast Within. They paid 5 mana to Beast Within my thing. Although I guess I did also have to spend a card, but that's definitely worth it. Letting my opponent have a Tibalt sounded like a very bad time. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll make a green mana here. Can I make a black mana? Do I just cast Grizzlebrand? Do I cast my opponent's Grizzlebrand? Probably not. I think I kind of just want to leave that stuff in exile, for being honest. I don't think... Like, if I really need to draw some cards, maybe I'll cast the Kozilek, but I feel like having those cards in exile is the safest place for them to be when my opponent's trying to do Reanimator nonsense. So let's just get a green... I play a Misty Rainforest as my land for turn. Only 2 legal targets left. Oh, I should have taken a look at my library. Should have done that. 10 loyalty counters required. So on my next turn, I will get to take 2 turns. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's sick. God, Vorinclex is so cool. Never mind. I can do that right now. Let's discard Muldrifter. Go to combat. They're at 7. This won't even matter. So I'm going to hold up Necromancy to respond to anything that they do to reanimate anything. And if they try to blow up my Teferi, I'll just take 2 turns in a row in response. And if they don't, then I'll roll it up. And then on my turn, take 2 turns in a row. And then we'll obviously easily win the game. Got him. Nice. That was a fun deck. That was a really, really fun draft. Other than getting obliterated by mono green nonsense in round 1, like, that deck played really, really nice. Sultai Planeswalkers. Good stuff. Also Tibalt. Like, what a card. What an absolute card that card is. The Teferi was pretty nice, too. I really enjoyed the gameplay of that card. It felt strong. It felt quite strong. Nice. I'm happy about that.